mortify, because that word is definitely, you know, in the word as to mortify the deeds of the flesh, you know, and there are several scriptures. One is Romans 8:13. We'll start with Romans because we are using Romans as a basic word. Sorry, I forgot the question. It's a basic word, as a basic book to study the Christian, the Christian doctrine. We're talking about the doctrine of primarily sanctification, and of course the center of that doctrine is Romans chapter 6. Out of that spins a lot of doctrinal issues and nuances to support the main core belief for Christians, that Christians are created by God, born again believers, a new creation, and that creation is God's intent of creating heaven inside you in such a tangible way that you will feel total absence of evil right here on earth. And if you don't panic, just ask God to help you, because the Holy Spirit is a helper. I keep saying that it's a simple thing, word help, but it's a big word. You're going to need it down the road. Anytime you get cornered by the enemy through emotional tricks, through mental tricks, through visual tricks, anything to try to deceive you, to seduce you, to bring you back to what you used to be. You know, the temptations and this and that. Stop and say, help. Help, Lord. You know, don't go along with these temptations as though, oh, well, I'm being tempted, so I'm just going to, who knows what will happen, you know. I fell last time and whatever. Don't take that as to say, great is He who is in me, so Lord, show up, because you inside me, as the word says, your kingdom inside me, the King inside me through the Holy Spirit. So Lord, right now I need you to demonstrate. In fact, this is something that you should learn to live with every day as expectation of God manifesting His presence inside you. Expectation in a daily way. You know, when the trouble came in the desert with the snakes, fiery snakes, and they started devouring the people and poisoning and killing them because of their rebellion. You know, God came up with a remedy. What was the remedy? Does anybody know?
Snake on the staff.
Told Moses to put a snake, a copper bronze snake, fiery snake, resembling the snakes, the effect of the snakes on people's bodies. That fire, that destruction, and so he puts that, and everybody that looks at the fire snake, you know, he gets free, completely free from the misdeed, from the poison, from the plague. He gets free on the spot, total deliverance. One look, bang. Supernatural deliverance. In the Old Testament, before Christ came, they testify of Christ, because Christ used that as, that's the sign I'm going to give you. If you want a sign, here's been a sign, the Moses sign, the snake. So Christ identifies His work on the cross as what Moses testified, like a prophetic. But the immediacy, I just want you to get the immediacy of deliverance that happened before His cross, before His blood was poured out. How much power there is in a prophetic act, even testifying toward what is going to happen, and bang, happens. Just imagine the power of the cross, how we've been watered down, you know, because even mentioning about it will deliver. More or less now that has happened, and should, can, and will, and I pray that this is the generation where you guys are going to say, okay, enough is enough. We want to know what exactly took place on the cross, and how does that relate to me and to my generation, to my peers, and to my children. What am I going to do? You know. So if the past generation had not brought that clearly, bless them. Thank God for what they did. Thank God for what they brought to us. They did bring the Lord to us. They did bring that testimony. But there's more, and we want it all. We want all of what He died for to become ours. All that He died for. Not one bit less. We want. Why? For His glory. Not even just for our deliverance, but for His glory. When you ask for you to be delivered from evil, like Jesus says, I pray, you pray, deliver me from evil. Not even ask for yourself so much, ask for God's glory. That His deliverance from all evil will shine in you and shine through you. Will affect in you and shine through you, will affect others. The glow of Moses will just come out of you. The deliverance of God inside you can intensify to such a way that people will look at you and say, what makes you, you know, not afraid or not worried or smiling, or aren't you, you know, what makes you, I see you always like this. What's going on? You know, don't you have dark times? Don't you have, you know, yes I do, but in the darkness I have light. In the darkest tunnel, there's always light. It's not like we're exempt from things that are happening, but in the midst of them, we have this ever-present, ever-present deliverer with shining glory, that because it's impossible these things not to be around us. It's impossible. It's wrecked up completely. This whole thing is going to have to be taken away eventually, and God's going to do a new heaven and new earth. However, it doesn't mean that it should affect you inside in that way. You mustn't settle down for anything less than what Jesus achieved. Yes. Total deliverance. All the power of the enemy is given to you, and I give it to you. All over, all the enemy is given. So you have to just stack that against your little funky emotions. Yeah. And say, hey, what's up with this? You know, so eventually you start being really that moved by them, because emotions are wrecked, mindsets are wrecked. I mean, yes, we're renewing of the mind, but I don't know how perfectly I could ever get this little mind has been destroyed, damaged severely by the fall. And so you're working with equipment that has been damaged, you know. But you, the new you inside, there's no damage inside. You're blameless. You're spotless. You have a perfection of God Himself. It's you're not perfect on your own, but God is perfect, and He has brought His perfection in you, and His perfect deliverance, perfect joy, perfect love. He's brought it in you. So you have this treasure. You're not the treasure. Although it feels like to others, boy, you're a treasure, you know, having it around. Well, okay, but it's you. The treasure is Christ. Yeah. He is the treasure. And that treasure is so united with you that makes you treasure. It makes you precious to others, you see. But yet, you know, that treasure is not you on your own, but it's Christ who is in you. And He is so absorbing His nature in your little vessel. You're just a vessel. You're just a vessel. I see this as a transparent little, you know, plastic thing, just a little earth vessel, but yet disconnected. You know, this is not the true picture, because you're a branch, but this is independent branch. Has beginning, has end. You know, but you are connected to the vine. So this is not